Hello, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Driving with Randy. How is everybody doing today? Today, my back window isn't, alright. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the podcast. My name is Road Rage Randy, and this is Driving with Randy. Today we have a very special episode. Why? Because it's snowing like a ridiculous amount. I didn't wipe my window off. Clear that. Alright, this is going to be an adventure. We got a shovel. We're going to be sliding all over the place. This is the Minnesota winter I've been waiting for. You know, I love the snow. I absolutely love it. And we just haven't had a lot. So, that means today's going to be good. I'm leaving early for work. We're going to stop and get some food. Now, if the roads get bad, there's times where I've left early for work and I have to skip the whole food things. There's no cutting in front of people right now. I mean, we got this guy going about 5 miles an hour. Holy shit. We got yeehaw trucks going about 50 miles. We got over the speed limit in the current conditions. The wind hasn't picked up quite yet. I will admit that I didn't wipe my car off the greatest. Yeah, we're being that guy, driving around it, but all the snow will come off eventually and we'll be perfect. So I want to welcome you all very much to I want to welcome everyone to the podcast. My name is Road Rage Randy. This is the Driving with Randy podcast. If you didn't pick up on it yet, we are driving, and that's the whole concept of my podcast is I just drive. And today we're going to discuss, I honestly, I didn't know what we were going to discuss, but today we're going to discuss, I thought it's only appropriate if we talk about the weather, given that the weather is not, the greatest right now. It's, I don't remember what we're expecting, maybe, 6 to 12 inches, I think. I want to say 6 to 12 inches between now and Saturday night. I'm recording this on a Friday. This morning I went out and I went to Denny's. And you know what? We're going to actually talk about Denny's. Now, I'm much more of a Perkins kind of man. I had the one time I had Denny's was down on a trip down to Greensboro, North Carolina, and we found a Denny's on the way to our hotel, so we're like, let's eat at Denny's. And I'd never been there. I'm more of a Perkins kind of a man. For those of you that are not from the Midwest and don't know what the heck a Perkins is, it's pretty much a Denny's, but it's more high quality in my opinion. Well, decided to switch it up a little bit today with the girlfriend, and we're like, yep, we're hitting up Denny's, so we got some Denny's. And I was going to do the build your own grand slam, and I'm like, I want bacon, pancakes, eggs, hash browns. And the lady goes, what about the super slam? I'm like, super slam? What's that? And I said it like that, just like that. I was like, golly, what is the super slam? And she's like, let me show you. So she turned the page of my menu for me to show me, and the super slam was pretty much exactly what I was ordering, except you got 2 links of sausage in it, and the price was actually significantly cheaper. I don't know why. We gotta be aware of our surroundings, make sure no one's gonna back or rear end me here. Stop the windshield wipers for 2 seconds, and the snow's everywhere. That roundabout is slippery. I'm more worried about the ride home. I feel like the way to work today isn't going to be bad. 17 degrees out. We're headed west right now, westbound on the road. Speed limit's 50 miles an hour, but we're not feeling that kind of ballsy today. We're taking extra slow going down this hill. The roads aren't too bad just yet, but we give it a matter of a couple hours and we're going to be struggling. I'm very curious to see the kind of drivers we are going to encounter on a day like today, I tell you. But we're going to talk a little bit. I got to finish about Denny's before I tell you about the weather. Well, I got to tell you about the weather right now because we're on this hill. So last year during the giant snowstorm, actually it might have been 2 years ago. 2 years ago we had a giant snowstorm. It was the first day I was ever late to work, and I was 3.5 hours late to work. Why? Because I was stuck. Well, so first off, this hill, once we get to the other part of the route, I'll tell you, but this hill right here, there was 2 cars trying to get up of it, and it wasn't happening. So I'm like, okay, well, let's go ahead and I gotta go around them. But the problem is, you go around them, you're going on oncoming traffic on a hill, which is, the visibility was low as is, and it didn't seem like a good idea. It really didn't. It seemed like an awful idea. But we went about it anyways. That we cut over, we went around them, we didn't get hit. We didn't even get close to being hit. It was probably not the brightest move to pull, but when you're driving 2007 Toyota Sienna, you get up hills, you get through the thick stuff, man. This car doesn't fail. People can rip on you for, hey, it's a soccer mom car. Yeah, it is, but we got to get to soccer practice, and no conditions stopping us. We got the wheels, we got the windshield wipers. We only got one rear passenger door that's operable, but you understand what I'm trying to say. We got up that hill. All right, back to Denny's, and we're talking about Denny's. So I get the Super Slam. I think it's called Super Slam, something like that. It was 2 sausage, 2 bacon. I know, we're probably going to have a Denny's employee listening to this, and they're going to be like, oh, you're an idiot. Hey, we have nothing called the Super Slam, man. That's called the Grand Frickin' Slam or something. Like they got the Grand Slam, but then they got the Grand Frickin' Slam, which includes sausage. Something like that, I don't know. But it was cheaper. It was like $3 cheaper, and you got 2 sausages. So overall, everything ended up working out perfectly. All right, we can get on the highway here. So yeah, the roads aren't bad when I don't turn on this turn. Oh, yeah, wait. Okay. I was going to say, if I lose traction on that turn, we know it's bad. I lost traction on that turn. I don't know what to tell you guys. So you guys get the actual feel. Maybe we should roll down the window. Oh, you guys feel that snow coming through? It's like a freaking blizzard out here already, guys, and it's currently 3 o'clock. We got cars All right, I'm rolling up because it's too freaking cold for that. 17 degrees to be exact. Okay, so that it doesn't conclude my Denny's story. Denny's, it was good. It was delicious. I really did enjoy it. I felt like the Denny's here made my food a lot better than the one down in North Carolina. So I don't know. I'd give like Greensboro a 3 out of 5 on the Denny's scale, but I'd probably give I'd probably give them about a 7 out of 10 on the Wisconsin Denny's. I would give a 7 out of 10. That's right. We did cross the border. I've officially never been to a Denny's in my own state. Maybe that's something I gotta experience once. Maybe Minnesota Denny's are on some new kind of level. Because I will say the Iowa Perkins that I went to probably was a little better. Probably one of the better Perkins I've ever been to. And maybe that's just because I had great company. You always make something terrible when you got great company. I don't know. I'll get off talking about breakfast because I'm probably making you guys hungry, and I know you guys don't want to be hungry because then guess what? Then you gotta go to the store and grab food. All right, let's get back to the weather. So, last year it was my first time 2 years ago, it was my first time ever being late to work. I left 2.5 hours early. I was going to get some Wendy's. And it's like, I got a half hour on the freeway to get to work, which is fine. I don't mind it at all. It just, when the weather gets bad, the people forget how to drive properly. Visibility is pretty good right now. The wind hasn't picked up. So the way home, it's going to be a little more treacherous. We might have to hop on the podcast and give some commentary in regards to that. I do wish earlier today when I was actually on my way to Denny's, I forgot to tell my girlfriend about this. This was funny. This was hilarious. So I was driving down the road, right? And there was a car pulled over in the turn lane, just stopped. And I'm like, what are they doing? But they were taking a video. Why? Because there was a guy walking his dog on the path. I know, it doesn't seem very interesting. But what was the dog doing? The dog was actually jumping. Like it was like I don't know, like a bunny rabbit down the street, or like a kangaroo. It's like he had a leash on a kangaroo. Look at all these trucks. All these trucks think we're trucks. We're big. We can survive these conditions right here. But I mean, let's face it, dude. You guys I'm probably gonna see a half mile up the road in the ditch, and who are you gonna ask to save you? Yeah, probably the guy in the 2007 Toyota Sienna. What are you doing? Yeah, it's the same car my girlfriend drives, a WRX, driving down the road in this snowstorm. She put hers through that, but this guy certainly, we got a guy that needs to merge on, and it's just like I'm going too slow, so we're gonna cut over. Cutting over is always very dangerous right now because we got a mound of snow just in the center of the two lanes. But I'd rather slide over than have to hit that guy. But anyways, so this dog was looking like a kangaroo. It was like hopping down the road, and I'm pretty sure they were just filming it because it was absolutely hilarious. I'd never seen anything like that in my 23 years of experience looking at sidewalks. Yeah, I don't know. A real interesting story, Randy. Why don't you tell another one? Okay, I will. You know, one of my favorite lines is telling someone you're gonna report to the city that the cracks in the sidewalk are uneven. You know, they gotta make those sidewalk, and they're kind of like in squares, and they make the cracks uneven, and then it's like, oh my God, it's such a tragedy. You know that game where you like step on the crack and it break your mom's back? Okay, anyway, I'm just kind of like ranting right now. We need to get back to the conditions. So we currently have a guy right here. He's going a little under speed limit. Like I said, conditions aren't very bad. We're going to talk more about weather here. I've been through some pretty dang good winter storms in my day. You know, I'm sure there's people out there that'll be like, well, back in the 1900s when we were getting all this snow, and the snow would cover my front door, and I had to make sure my shovel was indoors. I don't know, something like that. There's always that one person that's gonna one up you on your story. I get it. Old people have been through more, and you know, like the whole like global warming thing. People saying that we don't get much, or we get extreme weather. Actually, right? In global warming, we get more extreme weather. Is that how it works? We're supposed to get less snow, right? If it's warming. I don't really look into things like that in life. I just kind of live life every day. Listen to some podcasts. Heck, I don't know anything about current events. Heck, I suggested I go to an indoor lacrosse game, a box lacrosse game. We looked at tickets, and apparently the team sold in 2015. I don't know. I heard nothing about that. Like, that's just how out of it I am. We're currently stopped. The train yard is backed up. I guess this weather really stops the trains from. We need to blast the heat for 1 second, folks. It'll be quiet here in a moment. It's cold. Beautiful. You know, we got the trains out there. They're pretty backed up. I messaged my work group chat. I told everyone to make sure they're safe driving in today. I know there's probably going to be a lot of call-ins, but I want to make sure that people were driving safe out there, like not recording podcasts or anything. Who the heck would do that? That might be considered to be unsafe. But sometimes you got to produce a little bit of content, you know. I have about 15 more minutes. Or actually probably more like 20 more minutes of content to fill here, and I started the podcast without even thinking. We we got a car pulled over right there. God, you guys remember I did upload I want to say I uploaded a podcast one time of there was a car crash and I was podcasting, but nothing too eventful has really happened while I'm podcasting, I suppose. Like, I haven't seen any crashes. If I actually see somebody hit, or if I get pulled over, or one of these days, it's only going to take, I don't know, I think by episode 150 we'll have some kind of an experience where something happens. A lot of time when I'm podcasting, I actually don't see the kind of stuff that I see when I'm not podcasting. But then again, I also need topics to podcast. I thought, if this is going to be a long drive, I might as well do good for my passengers. My listeners, my passengers, you guys know that I call them that. So I'm going to talk a little bit about, I want to talk about this a little bit. I didn't even talk about the weather too much, but yesterday I was going on a rant to a guy at work about my podcast, just talk. He didn't know much about it, so I just talk, and I ended up giving him one of my business cards. So I don't know if he checked it out or not, but this part of the road, that day 2 years ago when I had to drive, this was terrible. People couldn't get up here. There was like 4 crashes. That was probably the worst I have ever driven in. What is this lady doing? This lady's looking at me like I'm causing a problem. No, I'm just going slow because we have to stop here and I don't want to go through the intersection. Maybe she's looking to cut over. You know, I'm kind of looking. Oh, that actually might be a he. And he's texting. It's not okay. Not during this weather. I suppose we are at a light, but that's still illegal in Minnesota. Everyone's been driving pretty good today so far. I haven't had any real idiots. That guy, he got a little anxious and now you cut me off. Nice blinker, dude. We just bobbed and weaved. 2 lane. Oh, what are you doing? This guy stopped. Okay, so right as I say, everyone's doing great today. Everyone's driving like a good human being. I get cut off by this guy. This guy switches over 2 lanes, and he's still nose in his phone. What an idiot. What? Oh, my God. People just irritate me. This is going to be quite the turn here. We need to get over 1 lane so that we can get on the highway. I'm kind of glad I left when I did, because if I left right now, things would be terrible. Things would be terrible, because, you know, I'd be at this point 20 minutes later. At least I'm just going off a feel. I feel like I've been podcasting for about 20 minutes. No real content by any means, but, you know, it's been like 20 minutes or so. Might have to think of some content for the way home. I think I already mentioned that, just because it might be a little more eventful than this one. What was I going to talk about? I was going to talk more about weather. So, like, extreme weather is always, it's fascinating. But I've always been scared to death when the sky changes colors, you know, like during the summer and there's like tornado warnings and sirens are going off, and it's just like, oh my God. It gets scary. It gets real scary. I feel like these people are going a little too fast for the weather. We need to move over 1 lane. We got a Yeehaw truck here, gonna be passing us at 70 probably. Bro, I didn't even hear your exhaust. Your truck's stupid. You know the people with the giant trucks, giant mirrors, giant tires, they're always looking for they're always looking to just flex so that they make their trucks loud and obnoxious. God, imagine I did that to my 2007 Toyota Sienna. That might draw a lot of attention. People would be like, oh, dang, look at that pimped out minivan. I'd drive my kids to soccer. I'd be the cool parent driving my kids to soccer. I mean, I don't have kids. I don't have kids in soccer. I don't have kids in general. But I'm just saying, like, it's entirely it's a future thing. I'm going to drive in a minivan, driving the kids to soccer, make sure I have the most obnoxious car out there. So we are currently at the location where I was pretty much at a standstill during that, I want to say it was 2017 or 2018 snowstorm. It was wild. It was very wild. We were pretty much at a standstill right here, and at the time, it's like you can't get anywhere. You are 110% just stopped. You're stopped. And when you get to this point on the highway, there's no exits you can take. There's an exit a half mile up the road, or you continue on and you keep going on the highway. There's no exit. It's not like I could take an alternative route. I was just stuck here. And at the time, I had no idea. I did struggle to get up the hill at one point, but I didn't even have to get out of my car. I'm like, all right. I rubbed the wheel a little bit. I got, maybe that made the wheels a little erect, a little hard, get some traction, you know what I'm saying? Not so soft anymore. Gave them a little rubbing, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, I got up the hill eventually. I'm just like, and I get up the hill. And eventually I got to the point where it's like, why are we just stopped? Why? It makes zero sense. Like, is everyone just not moving anywhere? And I've come to realize the why. So when I get to the point up here, there was 4 semi-trucks. So this is like it's supposed to be a 3-wide highway, but at some point someone thought it would be a good idea to put a 4th lane, or they tried making a 4th lane. I don't know. It's 3 lanes, so I don't know why we were 4 wide. There was 4 semi-trucks blocking. They were just stuck. There's nothing they could do. Their tires were spinning, and it was a terrible time for everyone on the road, because I'm at that point 2 hours late for work. I'm like, I'd turn around, but I just literally couldn't turn around. It just was impossible. So I am pretty content with how this drive's going so far. I'm on my way. Invictus. That's a watch company. I doubt that truck belongs to the watch company. That'd be pretty neat, though. Okay, we might be... 35E, the entrance to 35E is currently blocked off. So if you're listening to this podcast and you take 35E and you're just sitting there right now, there's a good chance I passed you. Hey, buddies. Hey, guys. Yeah, so we are going up this hill right here. There was 4 semi-trucks. Let's see, it's a 3-wide lane. I don't know why there was 4 semi-trucks. It just, maybe one was pulled over because he's like, yeah, I can't get up here, so I'm just going to sit here. There was people legit abandoning their cars just because they were fucking stuck. And I remember driving home. Well, it's Invictus Brewing Company, it says. There was a point where it was like, so I did my time at work, and I'm on my way home, and I look over, and like there's cars just sitting there covered in snow because people abandon them. But there was a point where I'm just like, I'm not dealing with this on the way home. If it's going to take me 3 hours more to get home, I might as well just spend the night in my van. I have a blanket back there, so it's entirely possible I could do such a thing. But in the end, I decided, fine, I'm just going to suck it up. I'm going to get home. It's cold as balls out, and why would I want to spend my time in my van at work? I had nothing to do. It didn't make sense to do so. So I sucked it up, and I got to where I got home. And that was probably... on that day... When I got to this part, I have about 10 minutes left of my drive. There was no problem, like 0 problem whatsoever. It was, because everyone was held up previous to that. It's like, once you got past those trucks, it was just smooth as can be, and you're like, you're on your way home. You're home free, on your way to work. They weren't mad at me. I just said, there's a point on the highway where it's like, even if I wanted to turn around, I just can't. I just can't. So I ended up coming in, make a couple bucks. I might as well make it worth my time, get my gas money back, right? So I got my gas money back, and it was understandable. It's kind of like you showed up at least. I mean, we'd rather you show up than not show up at all. Which is kind of good advice. That book I read, The War on Art, one of the top things that was said is pretty much just like, show up. If I don't want to make a podcast, guess what? Show up, make a podcast, you'll be happy with it. If it's not your best, so be it. The point is you showed up, you overcame that, because that means the next time that you don't want to podcast or do something, you're more likely to do it because you've done it in the past. I don't know. It's just kind of like a self-motivating kind of a thing. We are slowing down here on the highway. Like I said, if I were to leave right now, it would have been a long drive here. The snow isn't coming down too poorly yet. And I also kind of feel like the weather people are overhyping this. I'm not seeing... It's 3 o'clock. That's when they said we were supposed to be getting like an inch an hour, and I'm not seeing an inch an hour at this rate. It's very small flakes. It's coming down very slow. Visibility is maybe 200 yards at this point. No, that's a lot further than 200 yards. Look at this yeehaw truck. That guy's prepared. He's just like, I don't care about this weather. I'm on. The tow trucks are in full force. The slow drive. That guy. See, those guys don't know that lane ends. So now we just created a lane. This Sinatra's gonna run into me because he's swerving because the Honda cut in front. Is that a Honda? I don't even know what logo that is. It's a circle. That's not Honda. It's not Mercedes. It's not Toyota. It's not... I don't know what logo that is. Huh. Well, whatever it is, they're driving like an idiot. So they should... Oh, there goes the yeehaw truck. He's full speed ahead. He's like, nope, I'm quicker than you guys. Check it out. I'm taller. Look at my wheels. And I don't know. That's probably not how they talk, but that's how I'm talking. I probably should slow down. I need to remain my distance. I want to figure out what this car is. It's a something CX, a CX-9. What kind of car is that? Mercury? Is Mercury a brand? I don't think so. I think. Let's see. What does it say in the front? Oh, we are slamming on our brakes here. Not a good idea. It's nice and icy. It's nice and slippery. I want to know what kind of car this is. It doesn't have it written anywhere on the outside of the car. So, there's one behind me too. And now they just cut. I have no clue right now. We are at the point where we're gonna have to start merging in. I know normally if you merge in, you're gonna be sitting there a while. So I think ideally what we're gonna keep doing is we're just gonna keep driving here. This guy has his, like, the back tail end of his car is just completely white. He could go speed, break some laws, and a cop would never be able to pull her over. Just because I really want to know what that car brand is. It's not a Honda, not a Toyota, it's not a Nissan. Whatever, it's really unimportant. This guy's driving about 20 and he don't even have his flashes on. That's how you get rear-ended, bro. He's very focused though. I respect that. A focused driver in the winter. This person's license plate is Mischief. I wonder if it's supposed to be mischief or if it's supposed to be mischief. You know what I'm saying? We need to cut over. We need to make our move now. We need to make sure this guy's... Yeah, beautiful. I actually filled up my tank too. So, like, my tank is 100% ready to go in case we gotta sit in some traffic. Alright, we're cutting in front of this guy. Not cutting in front. He's a couple distances back. Beautiful. We're gonna be... There's no stopping us now. Unless we rear end somebody, we're going to be on time for work. Well, mainly I'm going to get Wendy's. I'll make sure to get home at an appropriate time. There's going to be a lot of call-ins today, but, people are going to do what they're going to do. I got to show up. That's how I am. I'm not one to call in. That guy's got his windows open. Maybe he's podcasting and really, bringing the weather into... I want Wendy's right now. I know I went on a big rant the other day about, like, how I'm eating healthier and I'm feeling great, and then I just go and eat like shit, but Wendy's is the only option. I don't know where anything else is around here, and I'm not looking to go find it when it's snowing. Like, you know what? Oh, no, Applebee's is too far away. I'd say I'd go get it. See, there's a CX-9 again. Who makes the CX-9? It's not Audi. It's not... God dang, I'm talking too much. I don't have water. I'm losing my voice. I'm going to start losing my mind eventually. Aren't you supposed to crack your window if you've been in your car a while? Because, your car's going to be sucking in some bad fumes. Yes, this is beautiful. See, we're at the front of the line right now to get onto our next road. And that's because we left when we did. If we left any later, it'd be a no-go. It'd be a no-go. This is just... I'm really looking forward to the way home. I really am. I think it's going to be an adventure. And, the more time I spend in the car, the more time I have to produce for you guys. How long have we been live for? 31 minutes. And what have I covered? Just about nothing. I've been just rambling on about my drive here. See, I have a significant gap between me and another car right here. I definitely feel like someone's going to cut between us, and it's going to be bad news. Oh, no one did because there was no one coming. Yes, boys, we made it. We have officially made it to the road in which I work at. So it's being late's not going to be an issue. I think that's incredible. We have done it. God dang it, it's just occurring to me I forgot to take my multivitamin today. Maybe I'll start that late at night. What? There's a car on the other side of the guardrail. They were clearly going a little too quick. Like, it doesn't look like they flipped it. They just, maybe they parked there. Maybe they were going to run out of gas. And they was like, I'm going to park right here. Go get some gas. I don't know, but much respect to them to not hold up the on-ramp to the next highway, because that would be unfortunate. If you holding a lot of people up, you'd have a lot of angry people. Wow. Yeah, no idiots in a bit. We had the problems up at the light. Oh, this guy cut in front of me. Now, you don't do that, son. Don't do that. I think I'm going to quit rambling on about things. I think that this truck's trying to cut in front of me. Guess what, dude? My minivan's cooler than your truck. Can you guys hear him behind me? Revving it. Shut up. My Sienna is better. Visibility's getting low. I'm glad when we left when we did. Guys, I'm just going to go ahead and end there because you guys don't want to sit here and listen to me just talk. I mean, maybe you do. We haven't really covered much content today, but I want to thank you guys. Talking is content, I should say. You might say something funny and you guys might enjoy it. So I want to thank you guys very much for tuning in today to today's episode. My name's Road Rage Randy. You can follow me on Twitter at Thoughts by Randy. Go on, head over to Reddit r/drivingwithrandy. Go over to iTunes and give me a rating. I love constructive criticism and hearing from you guys. Head on over to Stitcher. We're a 5-star podcast on Stitcher now, so that's good. One-on-one reviews are 5 stars. I'd say that's pretty good. We're gonna go ahead and end podcast there. Thank you guys very much for tuning in. Peace.